What secret would ruin your life if it came out? It started with a lie so small I barely noticed it. I was 22, fresh out of college, working at an entry-level position in a company where everyone seemed older, sharper, more prepared. I was hired because I'd exaggerated on my resume, said I had experience with a specific software I had only touched once during a group project. It was a one-line skill in a sea of bullet points. At the time, I told myself it didn't matter. I needed the job. Everyone lies a little. I got the job. I told myself I'd learn the software quickly, and for a while I did. I stayed late, read manuals, watched videos in my apartment until my eyes hurt. But I was always behind. I was always pretending I knew more than I did. One mistake turned into another. A missed feature here, a bug I couldn't fix there. I'd cover with charm, ask vague questions to coworkers in a way that made it sound like I was testing them. I became good at pretending. Too good. My manager praised my confidence. I was invited into meetings above my level. People started relying on me for answers I didn't have. I nodded, smiled, wrote things down, and panicked at night. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't stop checking emails. I lived in fear of being found out. 2 years in, I was promoted. The lie grew bigger. I was now in charge of people who actually knew what they were doing. My imposter syndrome wasn't just in my head anymore. It was a reality I had built. I knew I didn't deserve it. I kept going. One day, my team was troubleshooting a major client project. The deadline was tight, the stakes were high, and the software, the one I had claimed expertise in, wasn't doing what it was supposed to. My team turned to me, waiting for direction. My mouth opened. Nothing came out. I froze. It was a junior analyst, fresh out of school, who stepped up. She walked them through a workaround I didn't know existed. She was clear, smart, and calm. They followed her lead. I stood there, useless. Afterward, I locked myself in a conference room and stared at the whiteboard. I thought about quitting. I thought about confessing. I thought about every job I wouldn't get if they knew. I thought about the version of myself that could have told the truth and started small, learned honestly, grown the right way. That version didn't exist. I'd built this one. Brick by brick, lie by lie, no one knows. To this day, no one knows. People think I'm brilliant. They ask for my advice. They send interns to shadow me. I'm invited to speak at events, sit on panels, mentor new hires. I smile, give them clever answers, tell them how I climbed fast by staying curious. I get applause. I go home and lie awake. Not every night, but often enough. The secret is still there. It's in my inbox, in every meeting, in the silence between questions I can't quite answer. If it came out, if someone traced the lie back to that first line on my resume, back to the project I never actually worked on, everything would fall. I'd lose the job, the reputation, the trust, maybe even the version of myself I've come to rely on, but I keep going. I keep hoping that somewhere along the way, I became the person I pretended to be, that maybe somehow the lie turned into the truth, or at least close enough to it that I can live with the difference. Some days that hope feels like enough, other days it doesn't.